Ahoy fellas, Joey's gonna win, at your service. So, for today's exercises, and for today's workouts, I wanted to do something similar to the consolidation of working anterior and exterior, interior, whatever, working anterior muscle groups. Today's shoulder though, and there's not really anterior muscles to the shoulders, so instead we're going to be doing basically a gauntlet of shoulder workouts. So it's going to be the side front lats like I've been doing, and those are going to be more intense than usual. I'm also going to throw in an exercise that I believe should work the traps, the trapezius muscle, which is kind of upper back-ish, but you know, it's designed to work this section here along the neck. Perhaps you could see it better on this side. This muscle here. And then we're going to finish out with shoulder press. So, if you end up enjoying the video, please leave me a like, and if you keep coming back, why not subscribe? Alright, let's go. So, we're going to start out with the good old side front lats. And I got here, oh, this is 30. I'm going to start out with where the hell did I put my 20 band? I have the 10 here. Here we go. $20 band here, and we're going to just really bang these out. Again, high intensity, so there's going to be very little break in between. Of course, we'll adjust accordingly as we get going. Oh, it's a simple workout, but man, I can never get over that one. That one is tough. So these, which I will be calling trap stretch, because it's essentially going to be stretching your traps. Like that. Not the most intensive workout, but it's something to throw in there, so why not, I figure. I've got a 40-pound band here, and I am going to be doing 10 reps, I think is a good measure. And I don't think I'll be increasing weight, so I'm going to be doing these throughout the entire workout. So this is actually going to be close to 6 sets. So yeah. Let's go. I don't know if there's an official name for that exercise, but if there is, let me know in the comments, because I couldn't find anything when looking it up. And then, of course, the good old shoulder press. Should be like this. That's pretty tiring, especially on top of everything else we're doing. So, that's one round. And as you can see, that's a good bit of stuff to go through. I just want to check. How long has this been going so far? This is already 6 minutes. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be a... We'll see. We'll see what I do for the for this video. It's going to be certainly a bit longer. But, you know, depending on how I'm feeling, that might not necessarily pan out. I didn't do this with both feet on last time. That's 7. Ooh. Shoulders are already feeling tight. So this is... okay. So what I'm thinking, just after getting this far, we'll complete this round and do the same thing for the next round. But then after that, when it's time to shred, I'm only going to do the shoulder press, because I think I'm going to be, frankly, way too tired. And I don't think it'll necessarily be possible for me to increase weight and shred for the side front lats or for the trap stretches. I don't think I needed to do 20 reps for the shoulder presses either. But we started with that, so I'm not going to decrease. gotta take a minute as well, because lately, or not lately, when working the anterior muscles, I would just jump right into the next workout, maybe a 30-second break. With the thinking being, okay, in the case of biceps and triceps, I just finished working biceps. So now I'm going to work triceps, thereby stretching out and basically working out the lactic buildup in the biceps. And then I go back to biceps and I am stretching out and working out the triceps and helping them to recover. However, shoulders are basically being obliterated right now because, as I said, there isn't, from my knowledge, an anterior muscle for shoulders. And if there is, I'm not exactly working that because I don't know if there is one. So with that being said, I can't just slam through these. And I thought I would. I didn't think it through properly. But yeah. So we're going to need a little bit longer of a break in between these rounds. So that will slow things down a bit, but that doesn't mean it'll be any less intense, just because it's a longer, more rigorous round. So as a result, that does help to make up for it. Again, you shorten the time in between the workouts in order to increase the intensity without necessarily increasing the amount of work that your muscles are doing. Because we are increasing the work our muscles are doing, we should take a longer break to compensate. All right, third set, third round, third set. Going. I'm gonna move this way just a little bit. Taking a quick break, just because these are a bitch. Very nice. I'm actually feeling it a good bit in my triceps, but that's just because I'm using my arms, and obviously, if you're working your arms are going to feel it, even if it's specifically targeting other locations like shoulders or lats. tell you, I know my left side is weaker than my right. Obviously, I'm right hand dominant. But I also should have started on the right side so that I can give my left side a little bit of longer of a break before hopping into these. Because my right side is recovering right now. So, oh. All right. So, there we go. Let me just check the recording one more time. We've been going for 18 minutes. Well, I guess this is going to be a bit of a longer one because I do want to try and shred a little bit. So, and you know, I don't want to waste your guys' time, but I do know a longer workout can be a bit more daunting for some people. And I ain't the most entertaining guy either, so having to deal with me for any length longer than needed is typically unpleasant, and that's fine, but you know, if you're here for someone's going to work out alongside or here for the information, you know, I want to get that to you as efficiently as possible, as quickly as possible. That said, this is a tough day. So I'm going to do at least one set shredding with the weights. The reps I'm not sure about. And as for subsequent sets, I'm not sure either. But, you know, we'd be remiss not to, because we can't have, you know, really big arms, but really tiny shoulders, you know? It's got to all be proportional. So, we need to do a good bit of shredding. Ooh, 10. 10 is good. That felt good. Wasn't too exhaustive, did not burn, which is important. So I'm going to go ahead and get 3 of those. If you manage to follow along here and you managed to make it through that bit of a gauntlet and then shred it at least a little bit, whatever weight you're at, and you are feeling maybe a bit of you're feeling the burn, you're feeling like, ooh, this is tough. Don't push yourself further than you really feel comfortable doing, because that's how you get injured. Where's my belt? There it is. Last time I put this on, well, actually the last time I just tore this open like a bandage, it was pretty loud compared to the rest of the audio. And it was unpleasant for me to listen to, because I watch these back. I do watch my own videos, and I like to watch them back in order to look at my form, in order to see what I'm talking about, how I'm speaking, you know, because this is also not just an exercise for me physically, but also, you know, communicatively. So when I watched that back and it was just ripping, it hurt. It was so loud compared to everything else. And by everything else, I mean me. Ooh. Something I'm noticing, and if you're following along, you may have noticed it too, you might not have. When doing the shoulder press, and I noticed this with my breathing at first, and maybe you did as well. Maybe you were able to hear that, but I'm inhaling to here, which is weird because I always say lift with your lungs, exhale as you exert yourself. And, you know, that comes from martial arts, right? You exhale on a strike. That's why we ki. But, you know, that can be applied. I apply that to everything. I always say lift with your lungs, like how people say lift with your legs. But instead of, I keep finding myself going, and I think that that's a point of transition for the muscle group. Kind of like when you're benching, there's a transition from arms to chest. And that point of transition is what you really want to work, because that's the most difficult section of switching between the muscle groups. So I wonder if that's if that point there, if that same thing applies to the shoulder presses and the points, if it applies to the shoulder press and correlates with the points that my breathing is naturally defaulting to. I'm not the best speaker. That's part of the reason why I'm doing these. Also, I think I might kind of rename the series a bit. Instead of workout documentation, I think I might switch over to something like, I don't know, home workout series or something like that. Just because I have been kind of explaining things and treating this almost like a tutorial or educational or something like that, you know, more than just my personal journey. So, and I think if people see it, if I title it thusly, and people see that, they'll say, oh, hey, I should actually click on this, not just to observe this guy working out and see the changes, but he's probably going to have something useful for me to know. So I think I'll do that. But I've been stalling long enough. Let's get this last set in. See, that's where I felt the most difficulty as well there. That's where I stuttered. I think that is the case. I think that point is a shift between the used muscles, or at least the specific muscles being used for that. Because, you know, it's still shoulders, right? It's still upper back and chest, but interesting. Regardless, good workout today, tough workout today. I'm gonna go get some creatine. With that being said, I thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you here again, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.